Hey, welcome. It's Cassie. I am so excited today to show you these super cute little tiered tray pot of gold and little rainbow pot. These also make a great little gift for someone who has a desk, and you could give them a little thing to sit on their desk, or like a hairstylist or nail tech who could put it on their station. It's a cute little St. Patty's gift. So let me show you how to make them. Let's go get crafty. So the first thing that we'll need for this project is one of these little pots of gold. Well, there's no gold, but one of these little pots. This is from Dollar Tree. And if you can't find those, then you could use something like this or a candle holder. This is from Hobby Lobby in the section where they have all the like bottles and glass stuff. And then what you would do with this is just paint the inside and let it dry. And then that way the paint won't scratch off. If you paint the outside, then you'll be able to scratch the paint off. So painting the inside prevents that from happening. But we're gonna go ahead and use this today since I have these. So the first thing we're gonna do is trace the top of this onto a piece of poster board. And I want to cut a little bit inside of this. I want it to sit right on the lip here, but I don't want it to stick out too much, and I don't want it to fall in. Okay, let's see. Yeah, see, so this is hanging over more than I would like it to be. So I'm going to trim a little bit more off of this. Because once I decorate this, I don't want to see the white part sticking out. Let's see how that is. That seems good. Okay. So then the next thing I'm going to do is stick some tissue paper down inside. You don't necessarily have to do this, but I just like to give this piece of poster board something extra to hold on to in case it comes loose from the edge or whatever. I don't want the whole decoration top to fall off. So I'm just going to stuff a little piece of tissue paper down in here. You could use regular paper, you could use polyfill, cotton, pretty much anything that you can just stick down in there. So we're going to just glue this right on here. So I'm putting the glue around the edge, and then I'm going to put some in the center too to stick to that tissue paper. Okay. And then you'll need some sequins. I got this 3-pack at Hobby Lobby. And so it has 3 different sizes. And we're going to use these like gold coins. So I'm going to start with the largest ones. And I'm going to dump some out on my table here. And then I'm using this quick dry glue from Elmer's. You can use any kind of craft glue, or you could use hot glue as well. The hot glue will be a lot messier, and you may see some of it sticking out. So I recommend using a regular glue, but if you only have hot glue, that will totally work. So I'm just going to put a good layer of glue on here, and then I'm going to spread it around with my finger. And then I'm just going to sprinkle these large ones on top. And kind of push them around where I want them to go. Okay, and then I'm going to push these large ones aside. I'm going to use those again later, but I'm going to add some of the smaller size ones now. You could just use all one size if you wanted. I just like to have the smaller ones that fill in the gaps. So I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some of the medium-sized ones on. And then I'm going to shake off the extras. And then I'm going to go ahead and put some more glue on in these areas where there's no sequins sticking. We're going to add the small ones, but I want to make sure that they have something to stick to. So I'm going to push these aside as well. And then these, I'm just going to dump these right out of the container. And then just dump off the excess and kind of press them all down. Okay, and now you could just leave it like this if you wanted to, but I want to put some more so it kind of like mounds up a little bit more. So I'm just going to add some glue to the center part here. And I'm going to put some more of the large ones on. Let me get the small ones out of the way so the big ones don't get mixed in. Isn't this looking so cute already? And you can just move all of these around to where you want them to get it to look how you want. Okay, then I'm going to add some more of the medium-sized ones. Trying my best to keep my sizes separated, but they're just falling all over the place. Okay, dump the extras off of there. And then let's just fill in the gaps with the small ones. The reason I like this particular glue is because it dries really fast. So I mean, you have plenty of time to work with the stuff, but it's not going to take 3 days to dry. And then it's kind of hard to tell where, if you have any of your poster board showing because the glue is white. So once this dries, you may have to go in and like place in a few of your sequins just to get it to cover all the poster board, but you can't really tell because of the white glue. So we'll just leave it like this for now and let it dry and then fill in later. So the last thing that I want to do to this is add a cute little ribbon to the front. And I got this ribbon at Hobby Lobby. So you can either just wrap it around and tie it in the front there, or you can just tie a bow and glue it on the front. Okay, and then I'm just going to cut off the tails and just glue it right onto the front here. It's weird they put a seam right on the front of the thing. Doesn't make any sense. Okay, so just glue my bow on. Oh my gosh, this is gonna be so cute. Look at that. Ah, so adorable. Okay, for the next one, we're gonna start out by doing the same thing. Cut out a piece of poster board to put on the top and stuff it with the tissue paper and then glue the poster board on top. I'm not gonna make you watch me do that whole process again, but I will do that and then come back and we will get this decorated. For this one, because we're putting fake whipped cream on the top, I want to go ahead and get my ribbon glued on. It'll just make it easier to put it on now than to have to try to put it on after the whipped cream is on there. So just go ahead and do that as well. Okay, so that's all prepared. Now we have to get our whipped cream ready. Okay, so I have some mixing bowls here and we're gonna need 6 different colors of spackle to make a rainbow color. So I am gonna put a little spackle in each bowl. So I have 2 different kinds here. This one is the DAP Fast and Final. This is my favorite one that I've used so far. So I have that one, and then I have this one that came from Dollar Tree. So I'm gonna probably end up using both of those. I have 1.5 containers of my favorite one, but I don't know if that's going to be enough. Okay, so now we got to mix our colors. So instead of red, I'm using pink. I just think it'll look cute. Plus, it's really hard to get like a nice bright red color in the spackle. So I'm just going to use pink, but you know, if you want to use red, go right ahead. Pink and then orange. The pink that I used was Pink Parfait from Apple Barrel, and then this one, the orange, is Jack-o'-lantern. The yellow that I have is Apple Barrel Yellow. And I'm just putting some, and then I'll have to see if I need to add more color, if I like how bright it is or whatever. And then green. I love this green color. This is like the perfect St. Patty's green. It's called New Shamrock from Apple Barrel. And then blue. This is the one I'm using, Royal Blue from Anita's. And last but not least, Velvet Crush from Apple Barrel for the purple. Okay, so I'm going to give these a mix and see how the colors look. So the next thing I'm going to do is add a little bit of water to these because I want this to be like the consistency of buttercream frosting. And this doesn't need too much, but it's not quite how I would want it to be. So I just have a little cup of water here, and I have a 1/4 teaspoon measuring spoon. So I'm just going to take a little bit of water. This allows me to just add a tiny bit of water at a time so I don't get it too liquidy. Okay, so I've got all my mixtures, and if you are using the Dollar Tree's backling, that stuff is a lot drier than some of the other ones, so you may have to add extra water to that one. Just wanted to give you that little tip because that one is really dry. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to do is put these, I'm putting these into sandwich bags. You could do piping bags if you have small piping bags, but I only have large ones, and I don't want to waste all of those piping bags for these little amounts. So I'm just gonna put all of these into sandwich bags, and I'm using a cup to hold my bag up so that I can get it in there easier. Okay, so now all of my bags are filled, and I have a piece of saran wrap here, plastic wrap. And so I'm gonna take each one of these bags and I'm gonna cut the end off of it. But I wanna be able to try to cut about the same amount on each bag so that I get an even amount. So just kind of make note of how big of a hole you're cutting so that you can do the same on the other bags. Okay, so now what we want to do is we're going to pipe this in lines onto the saran wrap. Okay, so now we have all of these lines out here. So what we're going to do is fold it over, but don't roll it like this with the plastic wrap in between any of it. You just want it all, so just like fold it in half basically, and then roll it up. Okay, and then you can close off one end. That's going to be the end that goes at the top of your piping bag. And then this one, kind of smush it together. And we're gonna end up cutting that one off, but I want to get the piping bag prepared first. For this, I'm going to use this 1M piping tip, and it's an open star. So I'm going to put this inside of my piping bag first and see where I need to cut the piping bag, so that we want the whole part of the holes, the open part, to be able to come through, but we don't want the whole tip to go through. So just going to make a mark there with my scissors, and then I'll cut there. And then I can push the piping bag through, and see, it doesn't come out all the way, but it comes out past where those holes are. We're just going to cut off the end of one end, not both ends. Okay, and now we're going to slide our rainbow mixture in here. We're going to get our little prepared black pot here, and we're going to start pushing this down. I just want to make sure all of the colors are coming out before I start on my project. So, okay, here we go. So we're going to start around the edge. So I'm going to start in the back and just go as close to the edge as you can, and hold it at a 90-degree angle. And then just work your way toward the center. Oh my gosh, that is so cute. So you could position your bag. I'm going to show it there. You could position your bag, like if you wanted more of the green color showing in the front, or blue or purple, whatever. Just position your bag however you want it, what colors you want toward the front. So at this point, if you wanted to add any embellishments, this would be the perfect time to do that. I have this little 4-leaf clover button that I got at Hobby Lobby. It just, you can see there, it's a little button. It was in the scrapbook section. So I'm just going to put that on the top because I think that'll look really cute. And then I have these from when I was doing nails, and they're tiny little shamrocks. So I think I'm going to sprinkle some of those right on the top here, just for fun. If you ever want things to decorate your fake bakes with, look at nail art decorations, because they're all like so small. They make the perfect sprinkles, and they're usually pretty inexpensive. So inexpensive. There's the little rainbow pot of gold. Well, there's no gold, but the rainbow pot. Isn't that so cute? I love it. I love how it turned out. This is the first time I've ever made rainbow whipped cream or frosting or whatever. So I'm so happy with how that turned out. I hope you guys like it too. And so let's get our little pot of gold back here. So we have the pot of gold and the rainbow. If you had both of those on your tiered tray or something, oh my gosh, that would be so adorable. I hope you have enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for crafting with me today. And if you like this video, please give it a like. It helps me out a ton on YouTube. and I will see you next time. Thanks so much.